What's going on, guys? I'm Jaye the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about this 56-year-old model by the name of Paulina Porizkova. And she is critical of the way older women are basically, I don't say treated, but how they're basically ignored for younger women. Even though when she was younger in her prime, she dated older men. And that's the type of trend that a lot of women don't like, right? See, it's all good when these women are in their 20s and they're models. They're getting a lot of attention from older men. They choose to date those older men. And in her case, she married one and was married to him for over 30 years until they divorced. And she is like a lot of these older women. They just don't understand why a man who is close to their age or older wants a woman in their 20s and 30s. Well, you got to understand something. You dated men when you were older men, when you were in your 20s and 30s. A lot of these women are starting to realize that, yeah, men prefer younger women, especially a man that has money and resources and options. He's not going to choose to be with a woman his age. At least not most of those guys. Like you have certain guys like an Alex Rodriguez. You never see him with younger women. He always dates women that are his age, right? But there's other guys that are not looking for women who are close to their age, especially when they're older. They want a trophy. They want arm candy. And unfortunately for Paulina, even though physically her body, she's been able to keep it up. I mean, she's 56. I mean, there's a lot of women in their 50s, especially a lot of melanated women who look good for their age. Paulina, on the other hand, she looks older than she really is, but physically, her body-wise, she's cut the body together. And I think that's probably one of the things that's bothering her the most, is that she feels like she's 56, but she still should be able to get attention from the men that she wants, which I'm assuming are older, more established men. But again, those men are not looking in Paulina's direction, and she feels some type of way. Now, that doesn't mean that Paulina can't date. I mean, she was in a relationship recently, but she broke up. They broke up with each other. She's saying he helped her heal from her divorce a few years ago. That got kind of messy because her ex, who was a ex rock star, cut her out the will. Okay, that's how messy it got before he ended up passing. So there's some things she's going through. We're going to get into this article from Yahoo. Paulina is calling out the hypocrisy within society's obsession with looking younger. The model, who's 56, has long been outspoken about ageism. This week, she spoke to the Sunday Times about what it's like getting older in a world that worships youth, explaining how, for her, it often seems she is invisible to the population at large. Let me just stop right there. I don't think Paulina's ignored. I just think that Paulina has a type of man that she wants, and the men that she wants don't want her. And because of that, she wants to blame ageism. She wants to blame ageism as to why she can't get the men that she wants. Well, she has to understand, when she was younger, there were older women who got looked over for her, and she had no problem with it, I'm assuming. But what she has to understand too is that there are men that want to date Paulina, but she doesn't want those men. There might be men who are a little bit younger than her that she's not interested in. These women, like, she has the same standards she's probably had since before she was married. And obviously, those same men don't want her. And now she's talking about ageism. Women got to understand that. Now, again, in her situation, she was married for a long time. She had children with her ex-husband. So for her, it's been difficult for her to get back into the dating scene. But she also has to understand that men are going to choose women they find the most attractive. And to them, younger women in their 20s and maybe in their 30s are a lot more attractive than a 56-year-old who has 2 children and is set in her ways. Because she's probably set in her ways. We don't know what she's like, behind closed doors. We don't know what type of personality she may have. It might push men away. because you can't be an older woman and be unbearable. She really noticed the difference when she began receiving backlash from posting the kind of photos she had taken for decades as a model. I look good, Paulina said of the pictures, which include unclothed shots, makeup-free selfies, and bikini pics. I didn't realize it would be shocking for a 50-something woman to pose in the same bikinis from 30 years ago that still fit. It's okay to oogle somebody who can be your daughter, but not mature woman who knows themselves and are most likely way better in bed. Now, why would you add that in there? It's almost like she's putting her resume out there to say she's a 50-something-year-old woman that still looks good, who can do things that younger women can't. Once again, you're trying to compete with younger women. You should never have to compete with younger women. You should be able to have this essence, this aura about yourself that draws men to you, but it's not working. So sometimes you have to look yourself in the mirror. And I know it's hard for somebody like Paulina that was a supermodel. She was married to a rock star for 30 years. She was always a kept woman. She never had to go out there and be single until recently. And maybe she still thinks she's that same woman, you know? And you got to understand there's certain things about yourself you're going to have to change. You may not want to change them, but you're going to have to change it. When you become an older person and you're single, you're going to, especially if you're a woman, you're going to have to change some things. Because if you're set in your ways, you're going to be single and you're not going to find anybody. Because if you're set in your ways and you're a difficult dater, it's going to be difficult for you. Paulina also explained that while she could go under the knife to appear younger, she wants to show that older women have value. Well, obviously, there are men who will say otherwise. But again, Paulina, you have to look at the fact that they do have value to men that want them. I believe there are men out there that want to be with Paulina. She doesn't want to be with them. She still thinks she can go get her a famous rocker like she did, like with her ex-husband, or somebody who's in the spotlight. That's what she's looking for. She's not looking for a regular guy. She thinks she's better than that. So now she wants to go and still try to get the same type of men that she probably could pull in the 80s. But this ain't the 80s. Those same men, you know what I'm saying? They're not, even though they may be older, they're still not going to be attracted to you. You have to look within yourself. If you feel like you have value, you'll find somebody that's going to value you. But obviously, it appears that, you know, she's trying to find the same type of men who were interested in her years ago to be interested in her now. And you know what the thing is? When she posted those photos of herself on social media, I don't even think a lot of people really said anything about her that was bad. I just think that, you know, she's at a point to where she can't take no criticism. It was probably a few people in the comments that said some things and she got mega offended. People are going to criticize you no matter what. You could be a young, attractive woman and they still will get criticism. That's just how the world works. Once you do that, you actually are servicing exactly what you're trying to oppose. She explained, we need to stand up and insist on not being invisible. I wish there were more women who left their marionette lines, which runs down from the corners of their mouth and forehead lines and crow's feet. I wish there were more women who dared to age. See, that's the problem. These women who used to be the supermodels, the it girls, they are so afraid. They're so afraid of aging. They're so afraid of not being chosen in the dating market. What you got to understand is that's just how the world works. The older women get, the less value they're going to have in the dating market. That's just real. That's just how it is. You have more options when you're younger. You see, men can get older. We gain more value because we can get more wealth, resources. We can become socially better with more social value hierarchy, and women for the most part age out of the dating market, and they're tired of that. But you got to understand that's just how it is. And again, shaming men is not going to help that. Okay, we have older women that stand up and say, you know what, I'm no longer want to be invisible. But who are you trying to be visible for, Paulina? Who are you trying to appeal to? Are you trying to just compete with younger women? Or are you just saying to yourself, you know what, I'm going to live natural. I'm not going to get makeup. I'm not going to just be wearing tons of makeup all the time. I'm not going to go and get the Botox. That's fine. But what type of men are you trying to appeal to? You say you don't want to be invisible. Do you want men to compliment you every day? What exactly are you looking for? I'm pretty sure that, you know, Paulina still may get compliments, but again, it's from who she's getting compliments for. And the sad thing, and this is why a lot of these younger women, these millennial and Gen Z females, are doomed to fail in the dating market, is because you have women like Paulina who, instead of trying to teach these women how to be better women, to get married, to have families, right, to have confidence in themselves, she's trying to compete with these younger women, which to me just says a lot about the generation that she's a part of, which I believe is what, Generation X, close to the boomers, but she's what, about Gen X, right? They're so concerned with competing instead of teaching, which is why these younger women are so wayward today. It says, Paulina recently opened up on Instagram about the anti-Asian debate, writing that while she gets criticism from women who assume she's acting superior for not changing her face with Botox, fillers, plastic surgery, and heavy photo editing, that's not her intention. And this is her post here. I'm merely going for representation, she explained the caption alongside a photo of her face. This is what it looks like to be an untweaked woman at 56. Okay, so on a good day or in great light, I personally want to see other women who haven't tweaked. So I have a sense of what being my age looks like. In our new world of artificial perfection, sometimes it's impossible to tell what is what. And I'm trying to clarify it for you the way I'd like it clarified for myself. She previously credited Sarah Jessica Parker with celebrating getting older and applauded the actress for sporting silver hair. Well, you know, you got a lot of younger women that be putting the silver hair look in there, you know, but not. Anyway, listen, Paulina, I think that there are women your age, especially melanated women, your Angela Bassett's, your Neil Longs, your Regina Halls. Like, just, these women are over 50. They may not be close to 56. You know, but these are women more melanated who are at 50 or over it, who, you know, I still believe can go out there and get busy, you know. So it might just be the genes. It might just be the genes, but I don't know. But I just think that this is complaining for the sake of complaining. Like, what are you complaining about? Is it you're not getting enough attention, or you want to get as much attention as younger women? Are you competing with them instead of teaching them? Because that's what it looks like. So let us know in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll see y'all in the next one.